Hey, yo, welcome back to Relataball. On today's podcast, we're going to review the last week's NBA games, as well as go over some NBA news. I'll give our most disappointing players of the week, best players that we've been right so far, most disappointing teams, best teams, player of the week, or we like to call it baller of the week, as well as game of the week. So, to get us off, we're just start out with some NBA news. By the way, happy Halloween. Brad, you got any plans for the day?
Hell no. Just edit this video. You know what I mean? That's it. Maybe watch a scary movie. You know.
Yeah, I'll probably hit the gym. I don't know what I want to do. Or maybe I'll go with my little brother.
My gym's closed, so
Really
tough.
Yeah, happy Halloween! Happy Halloween to everybody. Let's get started. So, first piece of news, very recent news that I think is pretty big. Russell Westbrook is coming off the bench. So we're recording this on Halloween, obviously. Yesterday was the second game off the bench. He dropped 18, 8, and 8, and the Lakers finally got their first W.
It was a great game. I think him off the bench is actually is pretty good. Better than none. None sucks right now. He's playing like booty. So I think it's gonna work. I think especially when Dennis comes back, I think it'll be way better. I think our team will actually thrive with that. As long as we can still shoot decent, that would be good. But our defense is top 3 right now. So
yeah, I would say this is really big news. Russell Westbrook has been a starter for 13 years, and even before that,
14. This is 15.
Oh shoot, damn.
Yeah.
He's been, and even before that, obviously college, high school, all that. And this is a pretty big transition. I'm very glad that Westbrook is, playing his role. I was very critical of him. I know that. But I think his new role is actually really good for him. And if he could just continue to do what he did last night, I think the Lakers are not going to be as bad as people have them out to be. Still pretty bad. Don't get me wrong. I don't think they're top contending at all. But it's really great news for a really great player, in my opinion. So, next piece of news. Last Monday's game, we had Warriors versus Suns. Klay Thompson versus Devin Booker. And Klay Thompson got ejected in the third quarter. He picked up 2 technical fouls after getting into a verbal argument with Mikal Bridges and Devin Booker. After the game, Charles Barkley had some words that Klay, I believe, took offense to, basically saying that he's past his prime and that the Warriors are counting more on the young players. Any thoughts about that?
I mean, of course they're gonna rely on the young players right now because Klay just came back from 2 years out of the league. You know what I mean? Like he's still recovering. Like he still has to get into the flow. Like he was playing last year, but it's not like he was getting crazy minutes. They still got to work him in. Like that's a lot of. I think it's really mental for him.
Yeah.
And if he didn't get injured, he'd probably still be in his prime. He's not as good as Steph, right? But he's a shooter. He's not really like you can stay in your prime for a pretty long time. But of course, they're going to rely on the young pieces because that's their future. They can see that Draymond, Steph, and Klay are coming to an end sooner than later. So obviously, you want to work them in. That's why they signed Wiggins and Poole to big contracts for a reason.
Yeah, I feel bad for Klay in this instance. Devin was giving it to him, and he busted out the 4 rings. Shaq must have been proud. And I Charles Barkley saying that because if you see in the interview, his response, Klay looked really hurt about that. He said, come on, give him more time. Like he just won a championship. He was arguably, I would say, he was like the 4th best player on that team. He had some nights where he was cold, some nights where he was hot. But yeah, as far as that goes, I don't want to say that like Klay's gonna be like past his prime now. I mean, he's past his prime, but I don't want to see him like nosedive like that. But There's a good chance he's not gonna make any All-Star games anymore. Especially with the way he's been playing, he's been pretty bad. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I know he's struggling. I know he's averaging less than like 18 points or something like that.
Yeah,
But,
and I mean, obviously, if they were going to pick two people from that team
yeah,
to be All Stars, it's going to be Steph and probably Poole or Wiggins. I mean, you pick and choose, but
I thought you were gonna say they were gonna pick two people that they were gonna trade. It would be Klay Thompson, Draymond Green.
Oh yeah, well that's true as well. I think that would. I don't know how much value they would get other than like their names, but I mean a team like a vet team or a championship team that wants Clay as like a spot up shooter, that would be too bad.
No, yeah, I mean he's under contract for another season after this one. I'm really curious to see what they're gonna do with him. I could see them trading Draymond just because he also causes like a lot of controversy and all that. Klay Thompson,
He's not that good.
Trade him. But when you look into it, Jordan Poole plays his position and he has a contract extension. He's really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully Klay can bounce back this season. I think he will.
I hope. Yeah, I hope. Clay's a great guy. He's funny as hell too, especially when he's on his boat.
Yeah, especially when he threw up the 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck D Book.
Fuck four rings, D.
Yeah, I mean he got a D Book he acts hard, but I mean, Clay is definitely right. He didn't win a ring, so.
No, he got embarrassed last season with the Mavs, but yeah, and I think Barkley's a little bit off saying that because last thing I'll say about that, he was saying the young core of like Kuminga, Moody, Wiseman, they're gonna rely on them now for a championship, like after Clay and Dre are gone, obviously. I don't necessarily. I get there's very good young core. I don't know if they're good enough to where you could be like, oh yeah, just replace Clay and Dre.
Yeah,
another championship. No, don't get me wrong.
No.
I think they can make the playoffs. Like Steph and those that you get rid of Clay and Dre, they'll make their playoff team with Wiggins. But him just saying like, oh yeah, the championship will continue with the young players. I don't personally see it. I don't know if any of them will be All Stars. Maybe Jordan Poole, maybe Kuminga, but yeah, I don't want to go ahead and say like, oh, this young group is gonna replace them easily. Like, I think it's a little disrespectful to what Clay and Dre have done, but my opinion. Next topic, Kyrie Irving. I know Brad doesn't want to talk about this, but it is big news. We cover basketball. We'll just go over it real quick. He tweeted an interesting film on his Twitter account, obviously. And what's more interesting about this is Joe Tsai, the owner of the Brooklyn Nets. He tweeted in response to Kyrie's tweet about the movie. He said, "I'm disappointed that Kyrie appears to support a film based on a book of anti-Semitic disinformation. I want to sit down and make sure he understands this is hurtful to all of us. As a man of faith, it is wrong to promote hate based on race, ethnicity, or religion." So we're just gonna bring it back to basketball. Kyrie, another thing he's done to create controversy around himself, whether you agree with him or not. But then when it comes to basketball, I think Joe is gonna try to trade him. But the issue is you see what Kyrie does year to year. I can't think of the last year that Kyrie hasn't had any controversy surrounding him.
Yeah, to be honest.
Since what, 16, 17? Maybe.
Yeah, since he was with LeBron in that championship year. That's really about it. After that, then he talked shit on LeBron and then
left LeBron.
Went to the Celtics.
Talked shit about the young players.
Yeah.
Left Celtics after he said he was going to stay.
Yeah.
COVID, all that. But yeah, it's just pretty big news. You have any thoughts about that, Brad?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about everything, going on with that, but I think he's definitely getting traded. I think Joe Tsai will definitely use this as an excuse too. Like even more like, if they ask him, why'd you trade Kyrie? He's averaging this amount, whatever.
He's averaging 30 points in the game. I mean, per game right now.
Like I get that. That's the only reason like he's still around probably right now because they don't play with that shit in the past, but that's besides the point. I think he's gonna get traded for sure. I don't see him staying in the net much longer.
there cannot be a worse owner franchise relationship other than Kyrie and Joe Tsai.
Bro, that and then coach, just
Oh,
coach, general manager, their
Jesus
shit is
Christ.
whatever the fuck,
We'll
man.
talk about the Nets later on, but
Yeah, for sure.
that was the news of the week. And then, so pretty big news that came up recently. Josh Primo of the San Antonio Spurs, the number 12 pick of the 2021 NBA draft, was waived. Waived allegations of him exposing himself to women. This is really shocking because he's a 19. He was considered a prospect.
He was a lottery pick.
He's a lottery pick, so that's a lot of So we're thinking of the Spurs were using a lot of
value.
They thought highly of him, right? Number 12 pick, and it seems like there's a couple allegations. Someone from San Antonio, the organization seems to be lawyering up. This is a very unfortunate situation, and if this is true, then it could be handled in its own matter. As far as the San Antonio goes, sucks for them. They just lost a prospect, basically, and pretty sure they didn't know what was going on, this type of stuff.
And they're in the middle of a rebuild right now, so it doesn't help to get rid of a lottery pick. It's a pretty important pick right there. I don't know exactly where he went, but the lottery is definitely a high value.
No, yeah, that's what I meant to say. High value. They put a lot of value onto him, right? Because number 12 picks, lottery, But yeah, it was very unfortunate. That's another news of the week. And with that, one more piece of news. Kawhi Leonard, he's missing his third and fourth straight game. He's gonna miss his fifth one on tomorrow. Today.
Tonight, yeah.
Tonight with the Rockets, right? So he's gonna miss 5 games now. I believe they played 7 games. Let me check.
I think they played 6. I think they're 2-4 right now.
Yep, 2-4. So they're gonna play 7. He's gonna miss 5 games out of the 7, and he came off the bench for the other one.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about this?
It's kind of expected at this point. This man doesn't play, so he's he's had plenty. I don't know anything that's going on with his knee, right? But it seems he's had plenty of time to recover, right? He took off all last season. So that was more than a year. And then you have the summer, and then to now. And they said he was ready. They said they're just going to work him in slowly, off the bench, which makes sense. He's their star player. Get him in slow, get him that cardio, those reps. But he's I don't know. I don't even know anymore, man. He can't be a top 10 player if he's doing this. When healthy, fully healthy, yeah, of course, but he's kind of moving past his worth, in my opinion, with this shit going on.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's a very interesting dilemma because he's on a max contract, right?
Yeah.
Steve Ballmer. He's very. We see him on the sidelines, very energetic. Sometimes too energetic. Kind of weird.
Yeah, it is. He has an obsession.
Weird. But he's a businessman. I really wonder if they're low key thinking could we get anything out of him? Because let's say worst case scenario, Kawhi can't come back this season. Let's say he comes back, maybe gets another injury. What do they do then? Because this is year 4 of this Clippers shit with Paul George and Kawhi, and they, in my opinion, have been the most hyped up team the last 10 years, and they haven't really done shit besides maybe one Western Conference final. They're not just gonna bring this team back next year if this doesn't work out, right?
Yeah, I don't see it. Especially, I think John Wall's on his last year of his contract, right? Or his buyout or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know what I forget what he did.
He got bought out and this is the last year on it, yeah.
Yeah, so, if they don't do anything, they're dropping John Wall. There's no way he's staying relevant with them At least that's what I think is going to happen. And then, I mean, they could definitely trade some pieces. They might just want to rebuild if this happens this year again with them just injury prone.
Yes, because they don't have their picks till 2026.
Yeah. So they might want to get some picks for that. I mean, Kawhi's definitely worth it, even injury, bro. Someone's
gonna
pay for it. You know, like
Mavericks.
It's not gonna be like huge. I don't know if it gets to that. Like if you look at the Rudy Gobert trade, obviously he's way better than Rudy Gobert, but I think with him being injury prone, it's not gonna be as high. So
yeah, I agree. I could see a team like the Mavs trading for him just to get a second star in there. But yeah, this is huge news. I think Clipper fans are in denial right now because a lot of just he'll be back, and they get hyped up a lot. You know, Charles Barkley hyped him up in the first games. They go, so much depth. Take Kawhi off that team, and Paul George hasn't been playing well. It's not a great team at all. Bunch of role players.
Yeah, they're dead. We'll get with them later. I'll get with them later. These dudes.
This is my segment because I wasn't planning on talking about them, but
okay.
But yeah, like this is huge news. Like, dude's been having knee injuries for like 5-6 years. I don't even know.
Since San Antonio, so
17, so 5 years.
Yeah,
we'll see how that goes. I personally just don't have high hopes for it. So that was the NBA news of the week. We're gonna move on to the next segment. Our two most disappointing and best teams of the season so far. Why starting off with that? Why don't you start us off with that, Brian?
All right, so I'll start off with my most impressive teams, in my opinion. Or you want to do disappointing?
Disappointing.
Okay, so disappointing. I'm gonna do one, and then you do one, and then we'll one off it.
Yeah.
So my first one is the Clippers. I'll just go over them real quick. Obviously they're 2-4. PG has not been playing well. I don't think he's played all the games either. John Wall is not doing as good as people were thinking. I don't think he's even starting. Their team is just not doing good at all, even though they're the deepest team in the league. The deepest, apparently to all these experts. But obviously that isn't helping them at all. So they're disappointed. I think they're going to disappoint a lot. I had them like a top 5 seed. So in my projections,
top 5 too. I had a top 4,
so,
but
we'll see. We'll see if they even get there. And without Kawhi too, fuck man.
What's their shooting percentage? I feel like their shooting percentage.
It's got to be low. It's got to be low.
Was hyped up to be. I do have the pace in front of me. The Clippers are the 26th pace team, so pretty slow. That matches what I see.
What, bro? The games I've seen from them, they look slow. Like they don't look very. Like they just don't. They don't seem to get into very many sets, and it doesn't look like a well-run offense.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. Yeah, dude. Like, John Wall had a good first game. I remember I was overreacting. I said, we should have done John Wall for Westbrook trade. Right now, I'm thinking the opposite of that. But like I don't know. I don't think his playmaking's really been there. Like I don't think he's really like making easy shots for people. I think they're relying so much on Zubac. It's kind of crazy.
They are a lot. Like he's like their fucking second star. I don't understand what's.
I'm gonna look up his stats. What's going on? I do feel that. I do feel like he's been their second. I feel like he's averaging like 35 minutes or something like that. Let me check it real quick.
Which is not good for him because not good for him at all.
Real quick, 29 minutes, 9 points, 57%, 12 rebounds, 29 minutes for the Clippers. Let me get that real quick. Let me see their overall stats because actually it'll be interesting to see what role players they're using. Because they have a lot of depth, right? But not everybody's gonna get minutes. That was the issue I had with the team, was that like they had a lot of good players, right? But like some of them are not gonna get that many minutes, and when you're a player, you need minutes to get into your flow, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so Paul George isn't even playing great. He's averaging 19 points per game, which is terrible for him. Then you have Marcus. He's missed a couple games. John Wall's got 13 points. The shooting efficiency is pretty. Paul George 38%, 25% from three. All of these, the best one is so far Marcus Morris, but he's only played like 2 games. Other than that,
I mean their two wins were they barely beat us, and then they barely beat the Kings, which are the 2 worst teams in the West, right? So statistically, I mean, they barely beat them, and then they lost to the Thunder twice. So,
bro, their minutes are crazy. You got Paul George at 33, Marcus 25, John Wall 21, Kawhi 21, Norman Powell 26, Reggie 28, Luke Kennard 23, Zubac 29, Terrence Mann 17, Covington's only every 17 minutes a game. Those are the issues
surprising.
I'm talking about. Covington should be averaging more, but he's not going to get the opportunity. Batum's only averaging 18, and then Amir Coffey has 10 minutes. Bro, these are wild minutes spread out. Like,
how many is Kennard getting? Like 25? Same as like everyone else on that goddamn team?
23. Yeah, he's like, bro, you got, let me get 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 8 people averaging 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's actually wild. That just shows that your rotations aren't good.
Yeah, there's no consistency.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, because you need touches. You need more minutes if you're going to play at your best, right? I mean, I don't know.
Because usually you're at least starting, at least 4 of your starting 5, usually on most teams, I think, average above 30 minutes for the most part.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty consistent.
21, like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so that's enough on that team, the second LA team. What's your first disappointing team?
So this is my most disappointing because I was really high on them, and well, not really high, but I put the over on them on FanDuel, over 33 wins, and they can't even do that right. I got the Sacramento Kings. They've only won 1 game, I believe. They're 1-4. Let me put the stats over real quick. They from what I see, they can't defend in the paint at all whatsoever.
Sabonis is not shit in there, man.
They're 24th on defense. Offense, I think it's a little bit better. Yeah, 16th, so average. But if you combine that, it's not going to equal success. De'Aaron Fox, though, I would say he's been having a good season. He's been averaging 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 5.6 assists. Pretty good shooting splits. Even 39% from 3, which is really good for him. But yeah, overall, like at the defense, it just isn't there. Their late game execution, I'm praising De'Aaron Fox, but I think like the issue with him has been the same the past 5 years. At the end of games, like he's just not. He could be so hit or miss.
Yeah, he's inconsistent.
Yeah, and I just don't think he's good enough to like an all-star level where you need to be relying on him that much at the end of games.
Yeah, he's definitely a good 2. I think he could be a good 2 or like even a 3. But I mean, as your number 1 guy, and then your second guy is Sabonis, and they're like, I don't know. I think his play style just doesn't work with that.
Yeah,
which people think.
Great. And Sabonis isn't having a great year either. His averages are 14 points.
Oh my god, that's it.
Yeah,
holy shit.
5 assists, which is really great. He's always been a good passer.
Under 10 rebounds for him.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, at 57% field goal, I feel like it should be better than that.
Yeah,
obviously no 3-pointers. But
he doesn't shoot.
He doesn't. Yeah, but I mean that's fine. He's at center. Yeah, that's their main issue in my opinion. Inside presence, they don't got that. Perimeter. Sometimes they have they have Davion. They have like good defenders, but then what sucks about it is that they're like not good on offense. Davion has like spurts where he's good on offense.
Yeah,
drive to the hoop and score, but then he's like, the other times he's not gonna do that. Like he's gonna get pounced in there. He's gonna turn the ball over.
For them trading Tyrese we talked about it before. I mean, I don't think we talked about it on this podcast, but 1-on-1, that was a terrible fucking trade. Terrible.
Looking back, because Sabonis is not looking good. Imagine Tyrese and Keegan Murray.
Yeah, and Keegan. I was gonna say that like he's a positive. Their only positives right now is Fox is averaging 28, and
Yeah,
then Keegan Murray's actually he's better than I thought. I thought he was gonna be kind of a bust, but he's doing a lot better than I thought, especially with that with two main focal points on that offense. So
yeah, he's a rookie, and I would
yeah,
say he's doing good. Not some like on all-star level type shit, but
no, but
yeah, but I mean he's doing good. He's playing a good position for himself. But yeah, that Sabonis trade is looking really bad.
yeah, it is.
All right, well, I move on to your next one.
So my next one,
Hold on, Sacramento. What the fuck? I'm gonna lose some money, man.
yeah, we'll
Should've-
see. I mean, they could pick it up. 33 is pretty fucking low. So I mean,
Bro, but they won in four. Oh my god.
yeah, no, they're not doing good. So
Yeah.
my second one is gonna be the team I've been fucking high on, the Sixers,
No, what was that?
the 76ers, you know.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, team I've been really high on.
I feel you, man.
Yeah, they're 3-4 right now. They have not been playing great. Like even the first two games, they went 0-3. I'm pretty sure. So I mean, I guess you're like the last four, they've 3-1, right? Whatever. But they were 0-3, and that was even Harden averaging like 30, like a 30-point triple double almost, and
Yeah.
they were
What is
losing.
that?
Then Embiid was at. I think their second game they lost, and Harden and Embiid both had like 25. So I mean, yeah, I don't see. And Maxey started off slow. I think that 44-point like burst helped him. Is going to help him in the long run. But so far, you are correct. Maxey is better than Harden. That boy is fucking playing like dog shit right now. And their wins, he's playing like dog shit. How is that possible? But in their losses, he's playing like fucking MVP.
Okay, my opinion about that. First of all, they're slow. Like, there's no like life in. There's no. They don't have any like besides Tyrese. They don't have any like gunners. You know what I mean? Like just run up the
Yeah.
floor and like score. They're 29th in pace. That was
Jeez.
Bro, that was my issue with it. I was like, I told you, Harden, he's gonna have weeks, and this is literally Harden's been doing exactly what I thought he would be doing. Literally have like a week, doing great, 30-point, almost triple double, whatever.
Yeah.
But the issue is that when he plays at his best, I feel like the offense changes. It becomes like Houston Harden, where everyone's just standing around and he's like just dribbling in, pass out.
Literally exactly what it was, and I didn't realize it until I watched their first 3 games, and I was like, "Holy fuck, bro!"
Yeah, and when he's playing bad, I feel like it's more cohesive. Like I feel like this is a different team. I feel like I'm watching 2 different teams here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I was like really, what's the word, like mediocre on Harden. Like I knew he wasn't gonna be as great as like you thought he was, and like Maxey's just a gunner. Like he's just younger. More athletic. I feel like he gives more like spirit to that team.
He does, yeah, because he's a huge. I think he's a lot more consistent too. Like obviously he can. I think he could hit like 4 shots in a row and just light them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he can catch fire.
And let's see. If you were to bet right now, do you think Doc holds his job by the
Fuck. Hell no. I don't think his offensive scheme just isn't. It doesn't work with them. That's what I think. I think they'll give him 20 games. I think at least because they're like, oh well. I mean, we still got 2.
24th in offense, so you're right on that. Yeah.
Their defense can't be that great either, though, right? Curious.
Some nights it's good.
Maybe like middle of the pack.
They're fifth.
Oh shit! Okay.
They do have Embiid there, and yeah, I think we gotta talk about Embiid a little bit too. Like, he's not at all like the MVP caliber player that some people hyped him up to be.
Yeah, a lot of people, not just me, but damn, a lot of people.
I know, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people.
Yeah.
Gonna win MVP. We'll talk about my MVP later. Yeah, he's
sweet.
Looking slow, just slow, but I think he'll pick it back up.
Yeah, he'll pick it up at some point, but I mean, man, it's just another thing before we move on. I think they should trade Tobias. I've been
Oh,
I don't think he was a good signing at all when they signed him to that max. So
yeah, perfect. Another point I was gonna say, he just doesn't fit the team.
and Thibault too. Thibault too. I think they should boot that both of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're gonna get much with Thibault, to be honest. But Tobias,
No, yeah.
does he have an expiring contract? I don't even know now.
Because he has maybe 2 years left.
I gotta look it up, man. Because
that man is.
He doesn't fit the team.
He doesn't even shoot consistently, and that's all they ask him to do.
No, but he's a player. I think he's better when you need him to handle the ball more. You get me?
Yeah, he's better off the bench. Not for them, but I think as a 6-man, bro, he'd be good because he's like firepower.
Agreed. Okay, so 20. Hold up. No, he's under contract for another year.
So this year and then next as well.
Yeah, and then he's an unrestricted free agent. Yeah, he's getting paid $37 and $40 million next year. Wow. Yeah, I don't know if they're able to trade him. That's crazy.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
I have to give up a first round pick.
It'd have to be to not a rebuilding. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know.
It would have to be a rebuilding team, but you got to give up a pick.
Yeah, which they should not do, but might as well just wait till next year, I guess.
Yeah, interesting team. Yeah, and they'll have cap space with Harden's contract going off, expiring. All right, but moving on to my second most disappointing team. I had them second in the East. That's not happening. You know what I'm talking about. Brooklyn Nets. The almighty Brooklyn Nets. So this team just looks lifeless. We basically Sixers put it on the Nets, but worse. Because I don't see how the vibes get better. This team is last. I'm looking at it right now. They're last on defense. They're allowing how many points?
They're last? Oh, shit. I didn't even know that.
Look, bro. 122 points per possession. That's crazy. Their offense, so KD and Kyrie are averaging 30 points. Their offense is 18. But it feels like it's just like them jump shooting majority of the time.
It is.
Yeah, so let me see. Kyrie Irving averaging 30 points. I mean, KD's averaging 32. Basically the same stats. 4 rebounds. 4 assists for Kyrie. 3 assists for KD.
Yeah, every game they've been pretty similar. It hasn't led to shit, so.
Block and the steals. Check the field goal. 3-point percentage is down. 30% for KD. 29% for Kyrie. And the role players have been pretty disappointing, I would say. Especially, I guess he's a role player now, but I guess Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I'm going to be honest. I didn't think it was going to be like this bad. I thought, this is why I had them second seed, because I thought like he could like transform that defense at least and get guard the best player on the opposing team, which he has done at times, but he just seems like out of it. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. He doesn't seem. I mean, maybe they'll pick it up, right? Like maybe he has to get. Yeah. He's not familiar with the team, but yeah, they're not a good team. Obviously, they got the offensive firepower. Everyone's known that. They got Seth Curry off the bench when he comes back. He's gonna obviously provide that. They got Patty Mills who can shoot, and Joe Harris. I mean, he's kind of fallen off, but he can shoot at times. Yeah. But they've been relying a lot on Nick Claxton, I've seen. Yeah. Which is not who you want to rely on at all.
Zubac, but with Claxton now. Yeah, you're right. Stats right here. So Claxton's averaging the 3rd most minutes.
Yeah.
The 5th most minutes, my bad. But
okay, still high.
28 minutes, 11 points, and then 8 rebounds, 1 assist. Yeah, I agree with that. It's kind of the same thing with the Clippers. Like, they just got one option. And then sometimes they'll play Ben Simmons at the 5. And I think that's better. The issue is when they got Ben Simmons and another non-shooter, which is mostly Claxton, that's when like the offense is bad because it's too clogged up. Ben Simmons, he's not going to take a shot if the paint has people in it.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to get fouled. It's pretty crazy. Ben Simmons, for the year, is only averaging 6 points. And how many rebounds is that? 5 rebounds.
He was averaging 4 fouls, I guarantee, man. He's
he's fouling a lot.
he's fouling. He fouled out like once or twice already.
Yeah, I think he'll be better with that though. I think that's something he could fix.
Yeah,
he's 46% from the free throw. Holy shit!
But they stand no chance because how I look at it is I look at every center and big man in other teams that are competing against them, and they're just way better than what they got up front.
Yeah, Giannis destroyed Claxton last game. It was
bro. So let's go. I'm gonna go over the list real quick. So Giannis, you got him destroy. Embiid will destroy him. You got Robert Williams, way better than him.
Yeah,
he's not a scorer, but I mean he's still gonna fuck him. Yeah, even Horford. You got the Hawks. We got Clint Capella and John Collins.
Yeah.
Cavs, Mobley, and Jared Allen destroys him. Who else? Raptors. Raptors.
No, Raptors. They have that same issue. They don't got.
They don't got a big. Yeah, but he's yeah. And who else relevant in the East right now? Bulls. I mean, Vucevic, man, he's not. He's not that type of guy.
Vuce can destroy Claxton.
And then Heat, Bam Adebayo. Yeah, but I mean, I'd put him low. I put him way below all those other.
No, well, I'm saying Vuce, he could have his way with Claxton. Trust me.
Yeah, and then Adebayo. I mean, simply just.
Yeah, they just got a lot of issues. Steve Nash got also ejected that one game where he went crazy.
Did you see his face? Did you see it? It was so funny. I was laughing so hard.
I think I'll put that as part of the thumbnail. But
bro, honestly, that's pretty good.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, it's aside from like the issues on the court, off the court. Obviously, we talked about it. Kyrie and the owner, KD, and everybody. Basically, the vibes are weird, bro. But I will say, I think they will turn it around a little bit. Mostly because of Ben Simmons. I think his issues are more mental. And I think, honestly, bro, with him, I would just tell him, don't be afraid to go in. Who cares if they foul you? Because if you keep, shooting free throws, you're going to eventually, at least hit 50%. Just statistically, if you just keep going. And if you keep doing that, they're going to, at some point, they're going to stop fouling you. You have to fight over it. And I think Ben Simmons will be better. I just think he's too talented and too young to just be this the rest of the season.
Yeah. The rest of his career, there's no way he does this the rest of his career.
There's no way.
So
that was my disappointment. So let's move on to some good positive vibes here. Let's talk about most impressive teams so far.
All right, so my first one is going to be the Portland Trailblazers.
Yes.
As an impressive team. I'm honestly surprised. So they're 5-1, and then I put down their big wins were the Nuggets and the Suns. Those were probably their biggest ones. Jeremy Grant has fit in a lot better than I thought he was gonna, and he's actually playing pretty well for them. And then Simons is really that dude right now. And Dame's hurt, which is not good for them. So we have to see how they do within these next 1 to 2 weeks. But the scoring is still there with Simons. He's very not as good as Dame, obviously, but he can definitely shoot the rock.
Dame Jr.?
I mean, Dame was hyping him up like he is. So.
All right. So I'm gonna have kind of a hot take on that one. So my analysis, I guess, before the season started, I said they're a good team, but without Dame, they're not going to be a good team.
Yeah.
And he's getting older now. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen now that he's injured.
Yeah.
So, but as far as now, yeah, they're obviously winning games better than people thought. But I will push back a little bit and say I'm not going to change my mind completely. Be like, oh, yeah, they're going to make the playoffs. I still think.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Simons. They're impressive because it's not expected. So.
Simons has been going off, but I said he was going to be streaky. We'll see if this is true. We'll see. He is averaging 20 points. He's on amazing shooting splits. But we'll see what he does without Dame. Because he also keeps in mind that Dame gets attention. the majority of the attention
Yeah.
when he's out there. So, but yeah, overall right now, the game. I believe they're like top in the West.
Yeah, they're number one right now.
Number one with the
But
Suns.
bro, literally, the Trailblazers just have It's just another Dame and CJ thing.
Yeah,
it's just the
future,
same.
not so bright.
The same thing that just happened.
But yeah, I mean, right now, currently, yes, good team. But overall, I still don't have high hopes for this team.
No.
But yeah, let's move on to a team I do have high hopes for in the future and now. The Milwaukee Bucks. Yes. Oh my God, with my MVP on it.
The most impressive.
God damn, this team. They right now are on top of. They are the only undefeated team right now, bro. 5-0. And check this out. Their defense is number one. They allow 103 points per possession. You know what the second team allows?
You said what they do 100? No, you said
103 on defense.
103. Second team probably like 110.
Oh no, it's 105. But still, that's a major difference between because the rest is only 1 point between each other team.
Oh, okay.
So they're on top. Brook Lopez and Giannis are protecting the paint to an elite level. They're just balling right now. They have, and they're doing it without Chris Middleton too, which is crazy.
Yeah, I think, and honestly, sorry to cut you off, but I think that they should just hold Chris Middleton out until he's like 120% healthy. Because if they're winning like this, man, they don't need him right now. Playoff time, yeah, you're gonna need him because he's that second option. But I mean, right now, you can give him some time, let him rest up.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're number one. I don't even know if they need to be number one, because they have playoff experience. They're gonna go in confident, and yeah, damn, this team is just the continuity. I think is also what helps them. I believe what's interesting about this team is that they used to be a team that allowed the most 3-pointers in the league, and I believe now they're bottom 5. I don't know stats off the rip, but now they don't allow threes, and I think Bud's experimenting with defensive schemes. And just for the playoffs. And even when he's doing that, they're still winning, which is crazy.
And they just kept, they're just so elite because they just kept the same team.
Yeah.
They wanted chip. They said, you know what, let's run it back. Last year they lost, whatever, but that was without Middleton. So, yeah, they can definitely make another run for it. I can see it. They're just too consistent to not be a threat.
Yeah. Consistency and the Bucks go together. That's my best team.
All right, so my second one, I was gonna say a weird one, but
say it.
No, I'm gonna go with the Cavs. I want to do one West, one East.
Who cares?
So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. No, but the Cavs, I'm super impressed by. I'm super impressed by Donovan Mitchell. Honestly, that man is going crazy right now. I think he's averaging probably around 30, maybe just under that. But he's been having great games, and they're without Garland since the beginning of the season, since the first game, and he's been taking care of that ball handling, and he's been doing great. And their bench, I mean, I don't know who. I think Dean Wade is on the bench right now. But Dean Wade, he might be. Is Osman? Osman might be off the bench, and I know K-Love is.
Yeah, I think Dean Wade's starting. Let me check.
Osman, Dean Wade, and K-Love have both stepped up, or all three of them have stepped up very well, and I think that's pretty impressive. It's dangerous for other teams.
It's dangerous, yeah, because they don't have Garland right now. Who's supposed? Dean Wade's starting at the 3 spot, and
Mobley's kind of had a slow start. I feel like he just picked it up last game, but once he gets going, because he has a lot of potential, and then obviously they have Karis LeVert too, and man, they're just
Karis is the perfect plan for them. I think
he is.
I mean, he's right now starting, but obviously when Garland comes back,
he's
probably gonna be going back to the bench. I agree. This team is crazy good. Donovan Mitchell is a beast right now. He's kind of looks like this is the opposite of last year, where he was pretty bummed out to be in Utah, but now he looks happy
Yeah.
to be in Cleveland.
Yeah, he's excited.
Oh yeah, I would be too. But yeah, I agree with you. The Cavs are one of the best teams of the week. And let's move on real quick to my last best team. Boy, New Orleans Pelicans. This week they beat the Mavericks and then also beat the Clippers yesterday. They did this without Zion or Ingram. Zion came back to the Clippers yesterday, but they beat the Mavs without Ingram or Zion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Herb Jones, I believe, missed a couple games too. Like their starting lineup was, it had Najee Marshall on it, and he was awesome. Yeah. So that just shows their depth. That to me is crazy because, right tonight they play the. Is tonight they play the Lakers? Or is it tomorrow?
Wednesday. They play Wednesday.
2 days on, my bad. Yeah, and I'm scared. I think Zion's gonna go off. He's right now to me an all-star caliber player.
Easily.
Yeah, and he's only gonna get better. He's only averaging 21 points right now. Obviously, it's on like 60% shooting or some shit like that. It's on 50%, but I think he's gonna get better. And they just have so much depth. They got CJ, Jonas, Trey Murphy off the bench, and role players like Najee Marshall, Larry Nance, Jose Alvarado, Herb Jones. Oh my god, dude, they're so deep.
They're deep.
7 dudes who can average double digits. They got defense.
And they're quick.
They're quick. Yeah, let me check the pace real quick.
Quick team. Their pace got to be high.
New Orleans Pelicans. New Orleans. Oh, no, it's only 17.
Middle of the pack. Whatever.
Middle of the pack, yeah. But, yeah, overall, I think this team just showed their depth this week with picking up wins while their star players were out. And, I think the league should be scared. They're probably are going to be a top 3 seed in the West when they got the guys back.
Yeah, and you got to think too. Zion's doing this, and he doesn't have a lot of reps with any of these players because Ingram didn't come. Because Ingram came last year, right? Or am I tripping? No, he came a minute ago. I'm tripping. My bad.
He came like.
I forgot he was in that AD trade. But with CJ, he's got to get familiar with that, right? And then obviously Trey Murphy and has stepped up a lot. So, and Herb Jones too. But he's got to. It's not looking good for a lot of other teams. I'm scared too. I'm hoping Brandon Ingram doesn't play, but CJ usually likes to go off against us, and Zion's gonna fuck AD's back up. So
yeah, Jonas is gonna fuck AD's back up.
Both of them. Who the fuck else do we have? Who else do we have to guard them? LeBron's gonna guard Zion? No, I don't like that.
What about Wayne and Green?
Yeah, he's just skinny, bro. He was getting
he is moving.
he's good. I fuck with him, but he was getting beat on last night. So
I hate that we had to play him. But
yeah, it's unfortunate.
Moving on to the next segment. Let's go back to being negative. Fuck it.
Yes.
Let's talk about
negativity.
Awesome. Let's talk about compare our preseason picks and talk about some players that we've been wrong so far. Why don't you start us off with Brad? Because I know you got many.
Yeah, I'm only gonna name. I already talked about Harden earlier, so I'm not gonna talk about him again. But I'm gonna name 2. So I'll just say 1 right now. But the first one I got is RJ Barrett. He's been playing like ass. I thought he was gonna be one of their main. Let me pull him up.
Yeah, I got you. Cool.
Okay.
Because I need to know because he has been missing every shot basically.
Yeah. He's only shooting 40% from the field. 21% from 3. Jesus Christ.
17 points. 40% is not good, bro. With the amount of shots he takes.
Yeah.
50 shots a
Dude,
game.
look at his shooting splits. 3 for 18, 7 for 19, 9 for 21. Oh my god. Yeah, he's not been helping their offense.
Yeah, he looks lost out there.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be a main focal point for their offense. Yeah, I did. Did I?
Yep.
I think I had him borderline. Yeah, I think I had him borderline. borderline, like as an injury reserve. I think that's what I had him as, but definitely not going to happen. Randall is definitely getting a lot more offense than I thought he was, and Jalen Brunson's doing pretty good, a lot better than I thought he was going to do. So yeah, RJ Barrett sucks right now. You better step it up.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, he won't be this bad the rest of the season, right? Like, he's too talented.
No, I mean 17's not bad. He just needs to improve his shooting. That's really it, and he'll be a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. That was a bad player to think he was going to be good. Actually, no, he has potential, but right now he's not at all at that level.
Yeah. So obviously it's early, but that's why we're doing it early.
He's bad right now. Like, he's just bad. Like, he's not decent, you know. But anyways, let's move on to a player that I was wrong on. I'm gonna say I was wrong on him. To be honest, I don't know many players that I was wrong on. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I feel like I'm pretty accurate on like every player, at least on All-Star.
Yeah, level. I can't think of. I'd have to go back and see.
Yeah, but I mean, one guy that I don't even think I had him as my All-Star on my All-Star team, but I think he will. I mean, he probably will. It's Pascal Siakam. Dude's been on fire, averaging 25 points, 48% field goal, and his 3-point percentage has been average, which is great for him. 9 rebounds, 7 assists, almost a triple-double, this guy, and a steal with defense. He's been the
I think they're 4-2. Something like that, so that not a bad record either.
No, yeah, they're gonna have a good. They're gonna be in the playoffs. I had them. I guess a team I was wrong about too is like the Raptors. I had them 9th. No, I think they're gonna be really good with Pascal leading the way. I didn't know he was gonna be this good. Where he could be like a number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just think I have confidence that he's gonna keep this up the rest of the season. And they're looking to him to score now, like as a number 1 primary option. And I think he's been taking advantage of it. And as far as the Toronto Raptors go, they're going to be a top 5 seed, the way I see it. Right now,
and it doesn't hurt him.
Right now they're 3-3, but
yeah,
they're technically 5th in the West. I mean the East. So they'll eventually get better with continuity. But yeah, Pascal on fire right now. He wasn't like this last year in the beginning, so. Continue.
It doesn't hurt that Van Vliet is playing like ass right now. He's only averaging 13, so
really?
It definitely helps Pascal doing that.
Yeah, he's the number 1 guy on a playoff team, and I think he deserves more respect for that. He did say before the season he wanted to be a top 5 player. I think right now he's playing like a top 10 player.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Finish the season? No, but
maybe not. But yeah, right now he's a. All right, move on to your player, best player.
Yeah, so my next well, you said my next
best player.
Disappointing player, right? Or wrong?
No. Oh no, yeah, no, wrong player, my bad.
Yeah, so the next player I was wrong about, Mr. Paul George. Dude had him as an all-star. You know, I thought he was going to perform pretty highly. Looking at his stats, this man had 15. He had 40, but against the Kings, they're not a great defense, and he barely won against them. So then he had 16, 10, and 14. It's pretty awful. He's averaging 19 points a game. That's not good at all for him, especially with Kawhi out. Yeah, he should be doing a lot more than that.
Yeah, they need him.
And obviously, we already talked about the Clippers, so they're not doing good. He's not helping them in any way.
Yeah. I for some reason he skipped my mind. I don't know if I don't know why, but he skipped my mind when I was thinking about this. Yeah, but you're right. He's been awful.
He's irrelevant right now, so that's probably why.
That's the point with the Clippers, right? I don't mean like hate, but I don't feel like they get enough criticism for like just how like inconsistent that team is. You know.
I do agree. them and the Nets. I don't think the Nets get a lot of hate either. So, yeah.
I mean, the Nets have other issues going on right now.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, so I think it's more that. But yeah, I think because they're not the Lakers, basically.
Yep.
But yeah, you're right. Paul George's been awful. They need him to be better if they want to win games.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's another injury. That's another player that also gets away with not getting criticism for getting injured, like Anthony Davis does. Maybe it's an injury, and if it is, I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, you're right.
He did. Yeah, he did miss. He did miss one game. So
yeah, I mean
there you go.
Well, we'll see. We'll see with Paul George.
Yeah.
Someone I was wrong about. I'm saying I was wrong about it mostly because I didn't talk about him at all. I don't think either of us talked about him at all. But right now, I think everybody's talking about him. Lauri Markkanen from the almighty Utah Jazz. The man's averaging the most points in the team, 21 points, 47%. Not good 3-point percentage, but still, I think that'll get better. 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and a 1 block per game. And this week they beat the Grizzlies, 124-123, and they beat the Rockets. They lost to the Nuggets, but overall the record's 5-2, and it's led by mostly Lauri. I think it's more of a team, but Lauri's the best player out of that team right now.
Yeah, he's been doing really, really good.
Yeah, I believe he had a. Sorry, I'm looking at it wrong. Yeah, he's 23, 17, 24 the last 3 games. And on good efficiency, he's been reliable. And the Jazz, 5-2. What the hell?
Yeah. Their tanking isn't looking too hot. I mean, their rebuild's looking pretty decent, Yeah, I mean, rebuild, I guess. But got to tank, so they got to do.
Yeah, they suck at tanking.
Utah is not going to get any free agents ever. So they're one of those cities that's not going to get free agents there.
Yeah, I mean, I think we said this earlier. I think it's just good for them right now because they could get more for the role players like a Lauri, like a Conley.
Yeah.
Like Clarkson. But yeah, I just wanted to show some love to Lauri because I don't think anybody talked about him at all. If we had the All-Star game right now, he'd be in there. But
yeah.
I personally just don't think he's going to hold up. I don't think he's probably not going to be on the same team by the end of the year, but right now, he's a beast. Yeah, you got to respect him. Top 10 right now. All right, move on to...
All right.
Let's go about who we're right so far. So I'm going to start us off, Brad.
Who I'm right about?
Yep.
Damn, I don't even know. You go first. You go first.
I just want to talk more about Giannis. I think we should. I love Giannis so much, man. The guy's averaging 35 on 60%. With he's averaging 35% from 3. Not many attempts, but still 15 rebounds, 5 assists, a block and a steal. Top 3, I believe they're top 3 defense. They're the first. I mean, top 1. My bad. The offense is 19th for some reason, but still, guy's a beast. He's just putting up like video game stats on a winning team. Because I know a lot of players like Kevin Durant's putting up stats, right? But they're not winning. Giannis, he's the culture of that team. You get me? This is the difference between like the Nets and the Bucks. Like, you got a franchise player here who doesn't cause any drama, just does what he's told, and works hard at it, and you win. Surprisingly.
That's why he wants to be like Tim Duncan, because it's exactly what Tim Duncan was.
Yeah.
And look how many rings they won. So.
But yeah, overall, I mean, I guess we could turn this more into like an MVP discussion. Overall, I think he's front runner for MVP.
Yeah, I'd say him, and then probably Luka. Those are the top 2 right now. That's really it. So a player I was right on so far is Cade Cunningham. They're not winning, but he's averaging 22, 6 and 6, and he's been looking pretty nice. Yeah, but they're still 2-5.
I know that was a big win though.
Yeah, it was. It was a big win, of course, but it was a big loss, is what that was. Yeah, that's I'm really high on Cade Cunningham. I think he's going to be great in the league. A lot of people don't like him. I don't know why. I think they think he's cocky or some shit, and he's streaky, but I think he's pretty good. And he has size, so.
Yeah, I almost dropped a triple double on Steph right there.
Yeah.
8 over Steph or what?
Yep.
That's
I'll take.
Is that even a hot take now?
Nah, Steph is washed.
Yeah, not even MVP discussion. He's probably in the MVP discussion, but
clip it.
All right, Steph sucks. Worst 3-point shooter of all time.
Steph, I love you if you're listening to this. Or...
Anyways, player I'll say that I was right about just DeJounte Murray.
Yeah,
I think he's breathed life into that defense, into the Atlanta Hawks defense. Averaging, he's only averaging 12 points. I think he'll go up throughout the season.
12,
but
he's averaging 20.
Oh, my bad. I'm looking at the wrong stats, man. 20 points. My bad. Yeah, that should have been 45% from free. And surprisingly 38% from 3. I don't think that's going to hold up. But 7 assists, 6 rebounds, 2.5 steals per game. And it's not even the steals. It's the fact that he's just all over the place on defense. And I just think this team, at least on defense, has looked better than last year. So he has come as I thought he would. And I think they're going to be also in the playoffs, probably a 6 seed, in my opinion.
And the one thing I noticed too is, so I don't know how many games, but I've seen, I think 2 at least, where Trey started off really slow, and he'll pick it up in the second half, right? He'll still score 30, but DeJounte held it down in the first half, which definitely helps. And he's been very, six rebounds and 7 assists a game. So I mean, pretty nice. A good little backcourt they got.
Yeah, I just say that because I think he's come as people thought he would. So he's been as good as I thought he was going to be. So that's a W for me.
Yeah, we can move on to the next.
We can move on to our underrated player. So this is a role player that we think isn't talked about enough, but has played a big part in the team. So I starting off with that.
Yeah, so mine's a little different, probably unexpected, but I got Trey Jones on the Spurs. I think he's pretty underrated. His stats don't show. I think he's averaging like 13 and 6, but his role on that team, I think, is very, very big as their point guard and just leading their offense. Obviously helps to have Greg Popovich as your coach. But I think that the Spurs are obviously 5-2, so they're not doing anything wrong right now.
They suck at attacking.
Yeah, they definitely do. Greg Popovich can't tank if he tried.
Now he tanked for Duncan, for sure.
Oh yeah. We remember that. But yeah, they got talent. Yeah, I think he's underrated. That's who I got as my pick.
Trey Jones, all right, that's a good pick. Hopefully, you can keep it up for the rest of the season. Let's move on to the next. Oh no, my underrated player. I haven't said mine.
Yeah, who's your? Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry, I'm trying to set something up right here. So my underrated player, I kind of spoke of it a little earlier. I guess I'm very Bucks heavy on this podcast, but I'm going Brook Lopez. Bro,
that's a good pick though. It's a good pick.
He's such a deterrent in the paint. Right now, I mean, I'm not even gonna look at the rest. I'm just gonna look at his he has one steal and 3.5 blocks per game, and him and Giannis are I believe the most important part of that defense. Brook, I forgot how good he was because he missed last year and how important he was. He just makes life so easier for Giannis. I think both of them, they're both teammates, but I think both of them should be in Defensive Player of the Year discussions. Because I think Brook Lopez just makes things easier for Giannis. And so Giannis just comes in from the help and blocks and deters a lot of shots. And Brook Lopez is just a presence in the paint. And sometimes he can also be an offensive option for this team. overall, I mean, he should have scored 21 points against the Hawks. And he shot 5 for 8. So he's gonna be hit or miss from 3, but once he's hot from there, he just makes life so easier for Giannis, who I have as the MVP.
He does because he's a center that can spread out. So when Giannis drives, he can kick it out if he needs to, and he can actually pull the trigger. And he's a threat. So I mean, you have to get up on him. You can't just leave him open. So
yeah, and so I'm very Bucks heavy. I don't know, like I just love the Bucks. But yeah, that was my underrated player. I think he should be in deep discussion. So moving on, we're gonna have game of the week brought to you by Brad. So,
yours truly. So my game of the week. There were a lot of good games this week. I would say a lot of big highlights. But my game of the week, I had the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics. I forget exactly what day they played, but the Cavs won. It went to overtime, and it was actually a crazy game. So LeVert and Donovan Mitchell both scored 41, and then Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown each scored 32. So it was a high-scoring contest. Shows why Donovan is him right now. Why Karis LeVert, like Jeff said earlier, that he's a great sixth man. He's a great scorer for that team. Fits perfectly. And obviously Tatum and Brown, they're a good duo. Unlike people were saying, Trey Brown, all that.
I still think Trey Brown.
Over KD, yeah, but just overall trade him. KD out of the picture, no.
Oh, sorry, boy, yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's our game of the game of the week. I'm gonna try to do that every week. But yeah, I'll get more stats next time. Make it a little bit more entertaining. But
yeah, next time we'll react to the highlights of it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Brad, for that game of the week. We're gonna move on to the next to last segment. It's an award we're gonna give out every week. We call it the Baller of the Week. And I'm sorry, but I have to do it. Who are the nominees in your opinion, though?
For Baller of the Week?
Yep.
So my nominees, I had Donovan Mitchell, obviously. I had Keldon Johnson. And then just because I'm trying to go more, I don't know. I have to go more underrated. So I would say them, and then Trae Young.
Trae Young? Oh, I thought you were going to say someone else.
I mean, Giannis, of course.
No, I thought you were going to say Luka.
Oh, shit, I forgot about Luka. Yeah, Luka too. But damn, Trae, I mean, this week, Trae has scored 35, 36, and 42. So, I mean,
yeah, it's offensive.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. No, I mean, Luka and Trae. But I'm just going to give it to the undefeated team. That's the main thing here. They're just getting W's and being dominant while doing it. So this week, we're going to have Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's how you say his name.
Yeah.
As the Baller of the Week. Next week, we'll have, some highlights of him. Some shit.
As Charles Barkley would say, Giannis Akumpo. Some shit like that.
Yeah, or Shaq would say, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That's like Kumpo. Stuttering.
Yeah, I know. By the end of the season, we're gonna see how many each player got of this award, and we'll have the Baller of the Year, our MVP, the Relataball MVP of the year. So right now, Giannis has one. So keep tally of that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, I mean, to further explain on kind of what he's saying, he explained it pretty well, but they're going to be our MVP. So, I mean, we're going to have our own picks, right? Who we think won, but
actual MVP
the podcast.
The NBA.
Right. Oh, yeah.
He just makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the voter.
We are the only two voters in this MVP race. If it's a tie, then there's no MVP. So
basically, there's no ties. Sudden death, rock, paper, scissors.
Fight to the death between the two players.
Oh, yeah, even better.
It's gonna be Luka versus Giannis.
Yeah. So it's a pretty good matchup right there. Sure.
Yeah. So last segment, we talked about the NBA week. This is gonna be a little bit off that, but I guess we're gonna just react to a video we saw from one of our favorite podcast YouTubers out there, the No Dunks. Shout out No Dunks.
Yeah, shout out.
Trey, really named Skeets, JD, and Taz. Formerly Lee Ellis is not there anymore. But if I'm able to share, there's an interesting video that they reacted to. I could share window right here.
Ooh,
Some controversy. Oh, what? What's the wrong one?
Ignore it, guys. Ignore it.
Ignore it. This isn't what's happening.
We don't care about Zion. We don't care about him right now.
Whatever. Okay, never mind. This is not working. This is not working.
What the hell? Whatever. It's probably just the.
Let me try one more time. Okay. Oh, because I pressed the wrong video. I'm a dumbass.
Jesus.
Maybe we don't deserve this podcast.
All right, there we go.
There we go. Our boys at No Dunks reacted to a controversial video, I guess we'll say.
God damn, she's slow as hell.
Not fun. I have no idea why it's not working.
Here, I can try to do mine.
Let's get to worst of the week. This is from,
worst of the week. Shit.
This is from the Locked On Warriors podcast.
How ridiculous it is that so many people get their information or are entertained by podcasts, by shows that feature people who have no connections, who have no background in the NBA. They're just like fans.
Sports podcasting has never been better. Let's get that down.
What are your thoughts about that, bro?
Yeah, that's some bullshit. I don't even know who those dudes are, so I don't know what connections they have. Maybe they leaked the Draymond punching video. I know they're Warriors fans. I don't know. Maybe they are not fans. They're like analysts. My bad, experts. So yeah, who cares? Sports for sports. Anyone can talk about whatever they want. So I don't see the relevancy of having connections. Why that's relevant? I don't think a lot of the people that are analysts that became analysts had connections before. They develop connections as they get popular, with takes.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure Stephen A. didn't start out as an analyst or an expert. So everyone starts out somewhere.
Yeah.
Pretty relevant.
Yeah, I 100% agree. We brought this up, obviously, because we're starting this podcast, and we are just fans. And the only podcast that I listen to, it's mostly just fans. It's No Dunks, obviously, and also some Bill Simmons, but he started off as a fan. Everybody starts off as a fan, and no one's just an expert. And even these experts get shit wrong all the time. Stephen A. gets shit wrong all the fucking time. He has like a horrible finals prediction record. Nobody needs to be an expert in this. It's sports. It's sports. We're just talking about our opinions. It's literally just picking up a microphone, saying what we feel, and we're saying just because we don't know anybody inside the NBA, we don't know LeBron, we don't know Steph, we don't know Jordan Poole, we don't know anybody that we shouldn't be able to talk about it. It's pretty BS.
Us talking about sports isn't affecting anyone's life in a negative way. Like you can be an expert. You got to be an expert in education because you're teaching people shit, which makes sense. Expert in politics because you're spreading that around.
Masters in NBA or something like that. Like, I don't know that.
We do. It's a new college course. NBA podcasting.
Imagine like Stephen A. is like teaching one of the courses, like Introduction to Hot Takes.
How to get a bad finals record intro course.
JJ Redick's on like the second place, like how to protect NBA players at all times.
Yeah.
We just thought it was a really stupid thing. Obviously, we're starting this on our own. Obviously, the quality is not awesome, but it's not like theirs is either.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get there at some point. It will be okay.
We're just talking about the NBA, and we're gonna continue talking about the NBA, whether we get views or not. We don't really care. We're doing this because we love it. Aside from that, it's been a long one this week, but that's what happens when you recap the NBA.
Yes.
Anything you want to say for this week, Brad?
Yeah, so one thing, we're going to do this once a week, recapping the week before, obviously, what happened.
Yeah, so we're going to start from Halloween till the 7th. So those games, we're going to, full disclosure, I'm on the West Coast, Brad's on the East Coast. If not, we'd be doing this in person. But sometimes I miss games just because of work. Sometimes I get home like at 8. But I do try to watch at least like 2 or 3 a day. Overall, we're just going to give you our takes every week. We're going to try to make this a weekly thing, post on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. And when Brad comes back, there may be some more videos coming through to you. So
yeah, better quality. At some point, we'll end up getting seats and like an actual setup rather than just on our laptops. But that's when I'm back out of the Navy. 1 year left, almost done.
But shout out to you. Full disclosure. Brad's laptop like shuts off like once.
My shit is tripping.
And then my freeze from time to time. Like it's just, and you saw that, But overall, thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. And aside from that, have a great rest of the week. See you next week. Laters.
Peace.